Hi, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Litter Media Live. I'm Mike Smith, along with Aaron Glandon. Dan Ramey is on assignment today. Should be back with us tomorrow. Welcome.
Thank you.
How was your weekend?
My weekend was also busy.
You said you were out on the golf course.
I was out on the golf course on Saturday. We took one of my friends to Louisville for his bachelor party, played some golf, and I played pretty well. For a rare instance, I played well.
Did you ever have to yell for?
No, because there was no one ahead of us.
I had to yell that on a number of occasions for people on the other green, other green or the other fairway. That's how poor I was at times. But I always enjoyed being out with friends and playing, even though I was not that good at it.
Yeah, I'm not good.
Yeah. Now, Mark Twain, on the other hand, always said, golf is a good walk wasted. So he must not have been a big fan of golf, but that's the way it is, I guess. Our weather forecast today, not nearly as hot as what we've seen over the last week and a half, and that's a bit of a break, but it's going to return. Sunshine today, a high only getting up to about 82. Tonight, I think I heard 65. In fact, I think you can see there on our weather chart early tomorrow morning, like between 2 and 5 a.m., they're talking about 64 for an overnight low. The temperatures crack back up to 89 on Tuesday. There is another chance of showers on Wednesday. We had a couple of rounds of rain that came through our area yesterday. The strange thing, of course, a lot of people know I live in Frankfort. The first round, we came home, and it looked like it had rained hard even into downtown Frankfort. I live a half a mile on the outside, the west side of Frankfort. It did look like we got a drop.
Right.
But then the next one, we had a nice shower.
That's how it goes.
Not nearly as enough to make the grass be thankful, but something, I guess, was better than nothing. So that's the forecast. When we come back, we'll take a look at our daily topics, all ahead here on Litter Media Live. Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor. They have been serving our region for the last 4 decades. And as we've told you, they've grown far out beyond the Scioto Valley coverage area, going over into Dayton, Cincinnati, Columbus, and so forth. So whether it's residential or business, you have a need in these 3 categories, give them a call at Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Our financial lives have never been more complex, and some decisions just can't wait, which is why our K&B Mobility app gives you instant access to the financial tools you need wherever you are. Get a clear picture of all of your accounts, check your daily transactions, receive account alerts, and much more. So no matter where you are or what you are doing, you can make the best decisions for you and your financial goals. Download our Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
Are you looking for a beer that satisfies your thirst and love of country? Armed Forces Brewing Company brews beer for patriots. Celebrate freedom with every sip. Armed Forces Brewing Company. Freedom never tasted so good.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
For transportation options in Ross County, call Ross County Health District's Mobility Management Team, 740-779-9652.
Haynes Total Healthcare Center is celebrating 50 years of serving the chiropractic, physical therapy, and nutritional needs of the community. Click on this ad anywhere you see it on littermedia.com, and it will take you right to their website to learn more. HaynesHealth.com.
Well, we're talking a little bit ago about the weather, and our first 2 stories are weather outdoor related, and the first one has to do with out on the farm. If you've been driving out and about in the rural areas, I'm sure many of you've seen this. Wheat harvest is in full swing. This is over in northwestern Ross County from yesterday, and there's a number of fields that have already had all the wheat taken off of them. I'm sure there's a lot more to go, but for the farmers that like to bale straw, you can see a lot of the combines now. They go up higher on the the shaft of wheat so that it leaves more straw. It's easier to come along and cut that, get the old rake, not a hand rake, but behind a tractor. And you ever bale straw?
Yeah, I have.
I tell you what, man, sound like Tom Beard. Tell you what, Tony, I was as hot as it was the other day. I said I can remember days where we were not only out baling hay or straw in weather like this, but it was worse if you were in what was called the hay mow, because no air circulated inside like that, and you're getting all of that stuff coming up an elevator, and you're stacking those bales up inside there. And man, there was some time I thought I was going to die. That's the time you really got a drink of water. But thankful for all of our farmers that are out there getting it done in the wheat fields right now.
And for those on the radio, that's wheat with a T.
Yes, sir.
That Mike is saying.
Yes, sir.
And on the weather side of things, spring and summer are typical seasons that can occur year-round. I skipped a line there. Spring and summer are typical seasons for thunder and lightning storms, though they can occur year-round at any hour. By knowing your area's risk for lightning and paying attention to changing weather conditions, you can keep yourself and your family members out of harm's way. The Ohio Emergency Management Agency, National Weather Service, and Ohio Committee for Severe Weather Awareness are promoting this week as National Lightning Safety Awareness Week and encouraging all Ohioans to know what to do before, during, and after a thunderstorm, and to practice severe weather safety and preparedness throughout the summer.
About 3 or 4 years ago, my family and I were down in Florida, and we had just arrived, and we're going up in this high rise, and there was this loud clap of thunder. I mean, it sounded like it was right on top of us. And when we got up to our room, we were like on the 15th floor. The view was out at the beach, and what had happened, lightning struck an 18-year-old boy. He had just sat down next to his mom and dad in a beach chair, and lightning hit him, and he died a week later.
Wow.
So this is serious stuff, folks. When you see lightning like that, get undercover somewhere, not under a tree. That's not a good place to go either, because they hit trees. But try to get indoors, and also if you're in the water, in the pool or something like that, get out of there and get inside. Check out a change coming soon with the Chillicothe Transit system. Remember to download the free Ride Pingo app, where you can request and track rides for free. Now, all riders attempting to book on-demand trips going from a fixed route bus stop to a fixed route bus stop during the operating hours of Monday through Friday, 7 to 6, will now, as of July 1st, be directed to the bus stop for the fixed route bus. This change is being made in an effort to free up rides for on-demand passengers needing to utilize the on-demand service for destinations not included on fixed routes. Now, for people that aren't riding the bus a lot, that sounds like double talk, and I don't understand. But for those of you that do ride the bus a good bit, you know what I'm talking about. And if you have any questions, feel free to call the Chillicothe City Transit office.
Applications are being accepted for the Pickaway County Leadership Fellows program through Pickaway County Community Foundation. This program is not a series of lectures or classes. It is designed as an executive leadership curriculum. The sessions are interactive, collaborative, and experiential. As a participant, engagement is key to a successful experience for both you and the other fellows.
Now, that's a selfie picture.
Yes.
And our next story deals with the Ohio Department of Natural Resources, as they have announced they've unveiled new selfie stations located in 15 state parks and 3 state nature preserves. These stations are placed at perfect locations for capturing the stunning landscapes and beauty that Ohio parks and natural areas have to offer. Ohio State Parks and State Nature Preserves are a treasure trove of scenic beauty, providing the perfect backdrop for photography enthusiasts and nature lovers alike. And Laura and I took a trip up into the Logan area on Saturday, up into Hocking Hills. We weren't going to Hocking Hills. We were looking for a cabin that she was taking her junior high volleyball team over to this week. But some of these, I mean, even their state routes going up into Hocking Hills, it's just 2 lanes.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe the traffic, because everybody was wanting to get to the Hocking Hills. So a lot of traffic going out that way, but you'll run in. I think Ash Cave is one of the sites that has one of these selfie stations in it, and you can find out where those locations are by going to our website, story@littermedia.com. Road report today is in Ross County. Work for resurfacing project on US 23 between State Route 207 and the Pickaway County line. That work's going on daily. At least one lane of traffic is being maintained. You were up in Circleville the other day, too. You probably saw a lot of that work being done.
Yes.
And that is probably going to be midsummer, at least, before all of that work is finished. That's a look at our topics. We'll take a look at some weekend sports all coming up ahead on Litter Media Live. Scioto Valley Dumpsters, 253-8389 is how you can get a free quote or tell Carl, hey, I need one of those big orange dumpsters. They have different sizes they can bring out to you. You can rent it for a day, a week, whatever you need. Carl will work with you. Give them a call at Scioto Valley Dumpsters.
Each week, Litter Media presents the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Player of the Week. If you have an athlete to nominate, any amateur athlete is eligible. Simply visit littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. At the end of the year, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Make your nominations now at littermedia.com. Click on Player of the Week.
As a basketball coach and a dad, I need to be able to keep up.
Mark came to the Adena Orthopedic and Spine Institute in severe arm pain from a degenerative disc.
I was so confident in Dr. Fleming, he explained everything.
Together, they decided on minimally invasive spinal surgery to relieve Mark's pain and get him back to what matters most. At Adena, we do what we love, so you can too.
Now that's one fast mower. Take command of your lawn with Dixie Chopper, the world's fastest lawnmower.
Discover Ross County. From the breathtaking outdoor adventures to the historic sights of Chillicothe and family-friendly events and festivals. Explore more at visitchillicotheohio.com or download the free mobile app today.
Thank you, Daniel. As we said at the outset of the show, Dan's on assignment today. He'll be back with us tomorrow. Let's take a look at sports. The Chillicothe Paints had a 5-game win streak going into the weekend. They lost Saturday, but it was Friday. Then they got back on track. They've won 2 straight since. They beat the Kings yesterday by a score of 14-4. The Paints are 16-6 overall, 10-3 at home this season, and start a 4-game road trip tonight. So go get them, Paints.
Yeah. Waverly Post 142 Shockers are Jadwin tournament runner-up after falling to Clarksburg, West Virginia Sunday by a score of 10-4.
And that game was played out at VA Memorial Stadium. The Reds lost the rubber match yesterday in their weekend homestand against the Boston Red Sox. They got behind 7-1 in this game, cut it to 7-4, but too big of a hole to dig out of. They stay in Cincinnati where the Pirates come in tonight. The Reds are in last place in the National League Central.
And the Guardians win their series versus Toronto with 6-5 win on Sunday.
You can see there the Guardians are now 23 games over 500. The Stanley Cup Finals, something has got to give. Tonight is Game 7. Nowhere else to go. They're even at 3-3. Now, if you were following this at all, you would know that Florida took a 3-0 lead in the series. They were looking at a sweep, but the Oilers have won the last 3 games to send it to the 7th and deciding game tonight.
Who do you got in it?
Well, Florida has been outstanding all year, but when you get on a roll like this,
the momentum.
It's kind of like, can we beat these guys? But I'm pretty sure it's in Florida, so they have the home ice advantage tonight. When we come back, we're going to go back to 1997. Something that happened in Roswell, New Mexico. No, the Little Green Men didn't show up. They claim that happened back in the late 40s.
Yeah.
So we're going to find out what happened on this date in 1997 when we come back.
Litter Quality Propane, custom tank colors and wraps. Find out how a propane tank can be beautiful at litterpropane.com.
This is Andy Tomlinson. When ensuring what's important to you, our agents are there when you need us the most. Tomlinson Insurance, for the best coverage at the best cost. Visit us online at tomlinsonins.com to learn more.
I was looking for a first job. I had been babysitting and decided it was something for a little more permanent. It pays very well. It's convenient. You can make your own schedule with the flexibility. That's something that I like. The people that I work with are great. I wouldn't ask for a better crew or management team to work for.
Mike and Aaron back with you to conclude our This Date in History, 1997. United States Air Force officials release a 231-page report dismissing long-standing claims of an alien spacecraft crash in Roswell almost 50 years earlier. Public interest in unidentified flying objects, or UFOs, began to flourish in the 1940s when developments in space travel and the dawn of the atomic age caused many Americans to turn their attention to the skies. The town of Roswell, located near the Pecos River in southeastern New Mexico, became a magnet for UFO believers due to a strange event of early July 1947 when ranch foreman W.W. Brazel found a strange, shiny material scattered over some of his land. He turned the material over to the sheriff, who passed it on to authorities at the nearby Air Force base. Now, for decades, the Air Force, the government, they kept saying there's nothing to see here.
Right.
But in the last 2 years, the government has released video from jet fighter pilots and other government officials that show these unexplainable blips of light just moving along, and then all of a sudden they dart one way or the other, and the pilots who are following these things saying, did you see what that thing just did?
And they're not saying this is aliens. They're saying we don't know what this is.
Yeah, we don't know what this is. So there's something out there. We just don't know what.
It's aliens.
You think?
Yeah.
You think it's E.T.?
Do you believe in aliens?
He just wants to go home?
Yeah.
I'm not so sure. I heard Billy Graham say one time, who knows what's out there? He said maybe like the 99 and the 1, maybe God created a bunch of planets way out there with life on it, and we're the only one that sinned, and we got the limitations where everybody else is just zooming on. Who knows? God will let us know in our good time. But, I'm not so sure. I haven't met any little green men yet, but
no.
Maybe it's just angels darting around all over the place.
Maybe. I don't see a way there can't be aliens. If the universe is infinite, then there's got to be something out there.
You heard it. You heard it from Aaron.
And legend has it that they're at Wright Pat Air Force Base.
They have said that as well. There was a TV show based on an actual study that the United States Air Force, I think, had started in the late 60s through the early 70s. It was called Project Blue Book.
Yep.
And there was an actual TV series on that. I think it maybe only lasted 1 year, but it was kind of interesting. My dad worked at Wright Pat, but he said, I have never seen this hangar or whatever what's the hangar number?
Hangar 18.
Hangar 18.
Allegedly, there's no Hangar 18, but there's a building 18 at Wright Pat.
Now, Wright Field, which goes back even to the 30s before they joined up with Patterson base, that's why it's now Wright Pat. But Wright Field, for many years, and I think still to this day, it was an experimental. It was an experimental base for the Air Force. If they were working on new planes, when the jet age came along, a lot of those experiments were being done there. So I guess you could fit a spaceship into those experiments.
Exactly.
So that's going to wrap things up for us on this Monday, June the 24th. Just a quick reminder for those who heard us talking a lot last week about our colleague Tom Beard's passing away. His calling hours are at Open Door Church on the south side of Chillicothe today from 1 to 6, and then the celebration of life ceremony is at 6:30 tonight. If you want to pay your respects to Tom's family, do so today and tonight. Dan's supposed to be back with us tomorrow. We also are supposed to have a special edition interview at 10 o'clock with Chillicothe Mayor Luke Feeney. That's slated for 10 tomorrow, and then our daily show at 11.
Yeah. Real quick, want to give a shout out to my Grandma Joyce, who's watching right now from Mississippi.
Hey, Grandma Joyce. Oh, yeah, I see you're watching. Well, we'll let you take us home.
For Mike Smith and for Dan Ramey, who's on assignment right now, we will see y'all tomorrow at 10 a.m. with Luke Feeney on this special edition of Litter Media Live. Thanks for watching.